Hello and welcome. This is Carrie Letnin of Firefly Community, and I'm here to take you through an informational session regarding our Bliss, Balance, and Beach Retreat, which is this November in Nosara, Costa Rica. So without further ado, we will get started. I'm going to start by going over some of the basic information, things that you need to know about the retreat. This retreat was actually rescheduled from 2020, but we're going the same week that we were planning to go last year. It's November 6th through the 13th, which is a Saturday to Saturday. We'll check in, starts at 4 p.m. on November 6th and check out ends at 10 a.m. on November 13th. And our first activity will be dinner on November 6th. So you want to plan your flight to arrive in time for you to make it to Blue Spirit in time for dinner. Blue Spirit is in Nosara, Costa Rica, which is located on the northern Pacific coast of Costa Rica. So it's on the Nicoya Peninsula, which is one of the world's blue zones, which means it's one of the places in the world where people have greater longevity than in other places of the world. And once you go, you'll see why that is. It's a really great place to be. The nearest airport that you would want to fly into is Liberia International Airport. Its airport code is LIR, and it's also called the Daniel Oduber Quiros Airport. So that's what you would want to look for when booking your flights. And that's about 2.5 hours from Blue Spirit. So there are shuttle options, which I'll talk about later, to get from the airport to Blue Spirit. In order to sign up for the retreat, there's an online registration form, and that will take you also directly to make your deposit for the retreat via PayPal. So let's get into what you can expect and why you should attend this retreat. So as we all know, this past 15 months have been really hard on all of us, and maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck, or maybe at a crossroads. Maybe you've had some major change in your life. This retreat will give you a great opportunity to step out of your day-to-day life to help reignite your soul and get back in touch, reconnect yourself. It's also a really great opportunity to nourish your body. You'll be served really nutritious and delicious food on the retreat, which everyone always raves about in the surveys that I do post-retreat. You'll also get to nourish your body and soul with daily yoga. So the classes will be appropriate for all levels of practitioners, and it will include both the Vinyasa style of yoga, so that's moving breath to movement, to help energize us for the day ahead. Those practices will be in the morning, and then yin yoga in the afternoon to help us restore and recuperate from the day. And then there's some more reasons that you should attend and what you can expect. This retreat offers an excellent opportunity to help you reset. So maybe you've discovered over this time of COVID that there's some things in your life that you want to let go of, things that no longer serve you. So this is a great opportunity to start to let go of those things. And then also, on the other hand, to start to create plans for what you want more of in your life. What do you want to invite in next? What are some goals that you have for yourself that you want to start working towards? Oftentimes, it requires us stepping out of our normal day-to-day life in order to really start to work towards those new goals, because otherwise we might get interrupted or, have expectations put on us from ourselves and from others. So stepping out of that day-to-day environment really gives you that opportunity to focus on you and to start to create those plans. Also, throughout the retreat, I'll share with you tools and resources to help you through that process. I'll talk a little bit more in a bit about the inner quest session that's included as part of the retreat, and also the new option for this year to add additional one-on-one coaching. In the yoga classes, I always share lots of great tips and information for you to help you start to move your life in the direction that you want it to go, including we'll do some meditations, we'll do some journaling, I'll provide journaling prompts each day to help you start to do that inner work. Also, you'll get an opportunity to fulfill your sense of adventure. So if what you're looking for is some R&R and you just want to enjoy the yoga and the time around the retreat center, that's great. However, if you're looking to get out and about in Costa Rica and enjoy some time on the water, maybe with some stand-up paddleboarding or surfing, or if you want to enjoy the jungle with zip lining, those are all things that are available as optional activities. Also, as we go, I've been going to Costa Rica every year for the last 10 years, and I always like to give back to the community that provides such a great environment for us. So you'll have the opportunity to also enrich your experience with Seva or service to help support the local community. So in past years, we've kind of rotated year to year. Some years we do a beach cleanup. Some years we plant a tree on Blue Spirit's property. So that will be an optional activity for you as well. These are just some photos from previous years, which I'll talk a little bit more about each of these as we go in, but just gives you an idea of what to expect, what things you'll see. Howler monkeys are always in the trees around Blue Spirit, which is one of the reasons why I love going there so much is they're so great to see. They're really shy, very cute, and sometimes we get to see the babies on their mamas, and it's just really unique, great experience. So I went through why you might want to attend and what to expect, but you might be wondering, is this retreat for me? And I often get asked questions about, who usually attends. And it's really a range of people. It's really anyone who's feeling like they're stuck or at a crossroad, or maybe just stressed out and maybe a little bit exhausted. And they need a break. They need to recharge. They need an opportunity to, do that inner work to reconnect to themselves. Or maybe after this time of COVID, you're looking to connect to other people. I always keep these retreats in Costa Rica capped at 12 participants to ensure that you have a really personalized experience and that you get to really interact and connect with me and with the other participants on the retreat. There are other retreats going on at Blue Spirit at the same time. So usually there's 3 to 4 groups at Blue Spirit at one time. And so you will have the opportunity to also interact with other people throughout the week. But I like to keep our group small so that it can be a really intimate experience. And I have found that people bond really well together and really get more of that one-on-one time with me as well. Um, so know that you'll be in a small group, and oftentimes people are traveling solo, so they might come without knowing anybody else. And that's great. Usually by the end of the week, everybody's friends and, often stay in touch after the retreat. Um, I do often get asked, is it always all women? It mostly is women, but we have had men attend the retreat in the past as well. So we're not exclusive to women. So if you're a couple and maybe you want to attend, but you're not sure, we have had couples attend the retreat as well and have a great time. So and just know that we are open to both men and women. We usually have a range of ages. So usually it's, people from their mid to upper 20s all the way up into their mid 60s. So we do have a range of ages that usually attend the retreat as well. And I wanted to take a moment to go over some of the COVID-19 current requirements and protocols, because I know that's probably on everybody's mind right now, so that we can get into the more fun details. I just wanted to go over this quickly. And of course, things are always changing. So this is the current requirements and protocols. It might be different by November. So once you register for the retreat, I'll certainly keep you up to date on anything that has changed or anything that you need to know about those COVID requirements. But currently, what Costa Rica is requiring, people can travel to Costa Rica right now. They just need to complete an online health pass within 72 hours prior to departure. When you complete that health pass online, You get a QR code that you just show at the airport that shows that you've completed the information and you're good to go. The other thing that's required right now is travel insurance. And I always do recommend that people get travel insurance anyway, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know if something's going to come up. So it's always good to have travel insurance. But I wanted to take note of a few of the requirements here that have to do with Costa Rica's requirements to enter the country. So you have to be sure that you have a certificate or letter from your travel insurance company that shows proof of this coverage. And you need to show that it's valid for your entire stay in Costa Rica, so it covers your travel dates, and that it covers um, up to 50,000 US dollars for medical expenses, which includes those from COVID-19. So you want to make sure that when you're looking at a policy that it does include expenses that have to do with COVID-19. And then also up to $2,000 for lodging expenses in the event that you have to go into a COVID-19 quarantine. So you just need to make sure that certificate or letter from the insurance company shows that you have that coverage. Again, this might change before we go in November. I'll keep you posted on that. Blue Spirit is also following special protocols to make sure everyone stays safe. So they have a whole page on their website that goes through all the things that they're doing, all the things that the staff are doing, all the special safety measures in place for food and for the yoga spaces. But some of the things I just wanted to point out here are that they are requiring at Blue Spirit either a negative test or proof of vaccination. So while you don't need that to enter Costa Rica, that is something that Blue Spirit is currently requiring. And again, I'll let you know if that changes. Also, they've implemented contactless check-ins, so you don't have to worry about interacting, and they'll also sanitize your luggage that they help bring to your room. And then they're also requiring that people are wearing masks when in public areas. So as I mentioned, Blue Spirit usually has 3 or 4 retreats going at the same time. So just when we're interacting with those other groups, so in the common areas, we want to make sure that you have a mask with you for those situations. But certainly when we're within our group, that won't be required, or when you're on your own, that's not required as either, but just when you're in those public spaces. Also, Blue Spirit has coordinated for us to be able to receive on-site COVID tests that we need to meet the US requirement to return to the US. So if you are planning to travel after the retreat, you can arrange that yourself for wherever you're going post-retreat within Costa Rica. However, if you're planning to head straight home from Costa Rica from Blue Spirit, they are offering that on-site test. It's about $140 to get that test on site. So it just makes it a lot easier so that you don't need to worry about, how you're going to get that requirement met. And again, that might change by November. We'll see. Just wanted to make you aware of that for now. Okay, so let's get into the more fun stuff. So let's talk about what to expect from the daily schedule. So this is kind of a typical schedule, but it will vary a little bit, and there is flexibility because I want to make sure everybody gets the chance to experience Costa Rica while they're there. And so this is kind of our typical schedule. You'll see there's some free time built in there. Usually we'll practice vinyasa yoga in the morning before breakfast. The first couple of days while we're kind of getting settled in, those practices might be after breakfast just to give people time to acclimate. But as we get further along in the week, those will be in the morning, so that you can get your practice done, get energized for the day, have your breakfast, and then have your free time after breakfast to either participate in one of the group activities, or if you've signed up for any optional excursions, there's time for that. Blue Spirit provides shuttles to town on Wednesdays, so that might also be a good time to go into Playa Guiones, which is the really cute little town that we're closest to. Oftentimes we'll you can walk there from along the beach. And so oftentimes people from the group will walk either there or back and then take the shuttle the other direction. Lunch is served from 12 to 1:30, so anytime within that time frame, you can get your lunch. And then after that, you have more free time. So option for an activity or maybe get a spa treatment because there is a spa on site that has lots of great options. And some of the area's best providers are located or come to Blue Spirit to offer their services. So I highly recommend signing up for a spa service while you're there. Or it could be a great time to schedule your coaching session. So as I mentioned, with the retreat, you do get one coaching session with me, and then I'll go over the option to add additional in a little bit. Then in the afternoon, we'll have our yin yoga practice and a little meditation. We'll end in time to get down to the beach for sunset. It's just a 700 foot walk down to the beach from Blue Spirit. So it's great to practice yoga and then just head on down there for sunset or a quick dip in the ocean. And then following that, we'll have dinner. And some nights there won't be anything scheduled after dinner to give people time to rest and journal and read or whatever else you want to do. However, there will be a couple of nights where we'll have some optional group activities. So typically we have a bonfire in the beach the second night of the retreat. We try to do those early in the retreat because there's a ceremony that we do that goes along with that. It does though depend on weather and on the tides. So, we shoot for that second night of the retreat, but we're flexible with that as well. And then there's always a closing celebration on the final night of the retreat. So those are some activities that you could expect post dinner. Again, there will be nights where there's no activity after dinner, just time for you to rest and recover and get ready for the next day. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's both vinyasa and yin yoga as part of the Bliss Balance and Beach Retreat. And one of the reasons I really love going to Blue Spirit in particular is they have some of the best yoga spaces that I have ever been to at retreat centers. And you can see at least 3 of the 5 here in these photos. I love to shoot for the nature suite for our yin practice in the afternoon. It's a 3 open walls in this yoga space, so we get to actually hear the sounds of the jungle, and it's a really beautiful space. You really feel like you're in Costa Rica. And then of course there's a few that are more enclosed but have great windows and sliding doors that you can open. So the bottom picture there is in SkyMind Hall, which is the largest space in the building, and it's on the very top floor. So you get beautiful views of that 3-mile stretch of ocean and of all the trees and jungle around Blue Spirit from that room. So we love to try to get up there at least once or twice. And then there's a few other studios that Heart Mind Studio is in that upper left corner. It's a smaller studio, but and also the newest studio at Blue Spirit, but really great. Has all the things we need. And then I also like to usually do one of our practices on the beach as well, because that's part of why we love this spot, why Blue Spirit is such a wonderful place to go, is that beautiful 3-mile stretch of beach. So we try to get down and do one yoga practice on the beach as well. Okay, so you might be wondering about these optional activities. What are some things that you get an opportunity to do and get to see more of Costa Rica? And again, these are all optional and things that if you want to add on, you can arrange them through the staff at Blue Spirit, and then they can be charged to your room. So you can just take care of closing out at the end of your retreat, so you don't have to worry about it during your retreat. But some of the activities that we've done in the past are horseback riding on the beach, stand-up paddleboard if you want to get in the water. In the past, we've done both stand-up paddleboard on the ocean and also on a river that takes you to a very private, exclusive beach. So those are both great options. surfing, if you want to try that out, there's great instructors. And one of the great things about Playa Guiones, which is the beach that we'll be on, is there are areas that are great for both beginners and for people who are more advanced. So if you've been surfing a while and you really want to get out there and catch some waves, that's an opportunity. If you're brand new to surfing like I am, you can kind of stay in that calmer area where it's really great to learn. So great options there. If you are willing to get up early in the morning, the last couple times I've been to Costa Rica, we've had the opportunity to get to see both ends of the turtle hatching. So one year we got to see the actual laying of the eggs. So the mama turtles come up onto the beach and lay their eggs, and it's really amazing to watch them dig their hole and in the sand and lay their eggs. And then we also had an opportunity another year to watch the baby turtles emerge and hatch and make their way to the ocean, which was really an amazing experience to watch. It was one of my favorite activities that I've ever done in Costa Rica. And so depending on timing, you never know, but November is a good time to be there. So whether it's kind of seeing more on that front end or watching the turtle hatching, we'll have to see the timing for this year. But it's at Austinel Beach, which is just a short drive up from Blue Spirit. And it's actually a turtle sanctuary. So it's a protected habitat for the olive ridley turtles so that they can come and safely lay their eggs, and the little tortugas can hatch and make their way to the ocean. So there are hundreds of turtles that come up to this beach every year. So it's really an experience to see. And then, as I already mentioned, you get an opportunity included in the retreat to participate in a way to give back to the community. So whether that's a beach cleanup or planting a tree, we kind of rotate that each year. So and it also maybe will depend on what they really need this year. So we'll check in and see, if the beach cleanup is the better thing to do, or if we want to plant a lemon tree or some other tree to help support Blue Spirit. So that will be an option. Okay, so you're probably wondering the nitty gritty details of what's included and what's not. So in the retreat rate, which I'll go over when we go through the accommodation options, is an inclusive retreat. It includes your 7 nights of accommodations at Blue Spirit. It includes 3 meals per day. It's dinner only on arrival and breakfast only on departure, but all the days in between you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Really excellent food, which you'll see later. Everyone, when they're in um, in their responses about the retreat, always say that the food was one of their favorite things. Daily yoga sessions. So it's typically 2 sessions a day. So that vinyasa in the morning, the yin in the afternoon. Those optional group activities. So the bonfire, the closing activity, the volunteer activity. And then also that 1-hour coaching session. So it's an inner quest session. And that's working with me. I coach you through the process to help you address anything that might be at odds within you, anything that's maybe in conflict, or anything that's maybe feeling like it's keeping you stuck or creating some limitations for you. So that session is included as part of your retreat. The things to plan for that are not included in that retreat rate are the airfare to and from Costa Rica. So your international flight, and then transportation to and from the resort from the airport. Blue Spirit does offer a shuttle, which is $60 per person each way on Saturdays. So on the dates that are the start and the end of the retreat. So if you're not doing any extra time in Costa Rica, that's the best option to get from the airport to the retreat center. It's going to be the easiest thing to schedule and to coordinate. If you are planning to spend some extra time, you'll just need to plan for how you're going to get to Blue Spirit or to the airport, depending on whether you're doing that extra time in the beginning or the end of your retreat. In this special COVID time, the other things to plan for are that COVID test that's required for travel and the travel insurance. And again, I'll let you know if those requirements change between now and November. And then at the retreat center, some additional things that you can charge to your room if you would like to experience the spa treatments or a session at the longevity center at Blue Spirit. Any additional activities you want to plan for, those can all be charged to your room and settled up at the end of the retreat with a credit card. There is a gratuity for the resort staff that's added to your final bill on your room. You can decide whether you want to edit that at all. It is automatically included just so that you don't have to think about it during the retreat. You don't have to worry about providing tips as you go. Um, it's included as part of that final bill. But again, you can decide if you want to alter that amount. There is a cafe on site, and that's where you could purchase alcoholic beverages if you're looking to have a beer or a glass of wine. Or if you want an extra, pick me up throughout the day, they have really awesome smoothies there. They also make great espresso and lattes, and they have yummy treats. So if you want to purchase any of those during your stay, those can just be added to your room as well. And then if you are paying via a credit card for your final balance, PayPal fees would be added to your retreat costs. So that's a 3% charge if you are using PayPal. However, I do offer other options to pay that final balance so that you don't have to worry about that credit card fee. Okay, so the optional add-on new for this year, which I'm really excited to offer, since I am a holistic health practitioner and I do work with people one-on-one to provide holistic well-being coaching, wanted to offer this option for people to do while they're on retreat, because often when you're on retreat, some things could come up that you might need some help working through, or you might already know that you have some health and wellness goals for yourself that you want to start working on while you're on retreat, because it's a great time to do it. It's a great time when you're out of your normal environment to start working on that. So this option is to get 2 additional coaching sessions. So you already get your inner quest session that's included as part of the retreat. This add-on would be 2 more sessions, and it helps you to tap into whether what you're already doing is aligned with your ideals, or it can help you establish steps to prioritize what you want to create more of in your life. So really starting to help you plan for those health and wellness goals. There are only 3 spots available for this add-on because just for time's sake, I want to make sure I have plenty of time to spend with everyone on the retreat. So I do encourage you, if you are interested in this, to sign up for it when you are registering. There's an option in the registration form, and it's only $3.99 if you select the option when you're registering, and it just gets added to your balance due for the retreat. And also, if you're, really wanting to do this, I recommend, because there's only those 3 spots, that you do that as you are registering. But certainly, if you have questions about that or need more information about it before signing up, just let me know and we can jump on a call and talk through those questions before you sign up for that add-on. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about Blue Spirit, because it's really my favorite retreat center that I've been to. And it's the place I keep going back to in Costa Rica because it is so amazing. And anyone who's been on this retreat with me can tell you it's just a truly magical place. Um, I already mentioned it's located on a 3-mile white sand beach, but it's at the south end. So it's at the quiet end of the beach. So you can walk into the kind of busier, more town-like part of Playa Guiones. However, you don't have to be a part of that hustle and bustle if you want to have a more relaxed, restful experience. Um, their food is amazing. It's mostly vegetarian and vegan. However, usually a couple of nights during the week, they'll have fish available. So if you do prefer to eat fish, that option is available. They have a saltwater infinity pool, which is amazing. And that picture in the lower right there is of the pool. And the dark part is just, that's the deeper part of the pool. And you can't really see the whole pool. It kind of goes around that bush that's there in the middle. So it's I guess I wouldn't really call it a horseshoe shape, but maybe like a peanut shape. And the lighter part is actually a shallow area where you could just sit in the water, and it's really amazing. And then there's lounge chairs all around, and these nice lounge swings that you could just grab a book and hang out there during some of your free time. Uh, the spa I mentioned offers great services. I've had some pretty amazing um, therapeutic massages and other modalities of therapeutic work there. Um, and then they also have the longevity services, which is a fairly new thing at Blue Spirit the last few years. And there's a whole menu of things to choose from. Um, Especially if you're wanting to boost your immune system, those are some great things to look into. There's a variety of accommodation options, which is another thing that I like, because there's options for different types of rooms depending on what you're looking for. And then the multiple yoga studios, which there's 5 different studios. And I usually try to get our group into each of those at some point during the retreat so that you can experience all of them. So just some photos around Blue Spirit. So the lobby area is that upper left picture. The nature studio, which I mentioned is my favorite for practicing yin, is that upper right picture. The lower right is the walk down to the beach. So you'll see it's nice and shaded by the trees. You'll often see howler monkeys in the trees as you're walking down to the beach. So it's a little walk, but it's not a long walk. So even though it's a hill, you'll get your workout going up and down the hill. It's not far, so you do have time to get down there and take a dip in the ocean. And there's it's nice, calm cove there at that south end of the beach. And then the bottom left picture, the other thing I love about Blue Spirit is there's lots of little nooks and crannies where you can just grab a book and go lay down, or grab your journal and go hang out. And this is one of those spots. And it's located just behind the cafe. It's a really private area. It's a really great place to just sit and spend an afternoon. So that's another reason I really love Blue Spirit, is there's a lot of those nice little nooks throughout the property. Okay, so let's talk about the accommodation options. And as I mentioned, the cost that is shown here in each of these is the all-inclusive cost for the retreat. So everything I went through that was included is included in these prices. And so the nature suite is my favorite room. So I always make sure I have a few of these booked for our retreat. It's they're separate little cabins, so they're not connected to the main building. So it allows for more privacy. And you're, within the trees. It's really beautiful. Short walk to the main building for meals and for yoga. It has a private bath with an outdoor shower. And when you think outdoor shower, just know that it does have bamboo walls. It's just open on the top, and it is completely private. No one can see you, but it's really a great experience to just have that outdoor shower. I love it. And you can have these set up as either one king bed, or if you're coming with a friend, it can be set up with 2 twin beds. It does have solar hot water. I've never had a problem having hot water. Usually I don't want to take too hot of a shower anyway, because you're wanting to cool down. But that's available for your shower. And then it also does have air conditioning. So if you're needing to get a little relief from the jungle heat, you can always use that AC. Off to in this picture, you can kind of see a little like part of a couch there on the right hand side. That's the enclosed porch, and there's a desk in there, and that nice kind of little daybed-ish seating area. And so if you're interested in a nature suite, if you're sharing with someone and doing the 2 twin beds, it's $22.75 per person. It's a 500 single supplement if you would like your own room. So it's $27.75. And again, that's the all-inclusive retreat price. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these rooms, the Hermitage room, because these are sold out for this year. They are located in the main building. They have a queen bed. They're great for solo travelers. They do have hot water and AC. But again, these are currently sold out right now. But if that changes, I'll certainly post it on the website. The other accommodation option is the Eco Cottage. So these are located a short hike from the main building. So you want to make sure if you do book this option that you're willing to get your steps in. It's not a super long walk, but it's a longer walk than the nature suites. So you just want to be sure that you're okay with some stairs and know that it just takes a little bit to get up to that main building from these eco cottages. But they're really, they're quaint and sweet, and they have 2 twin beds. They do have a private bath, but the private bath has an ambient temperature shower. So it's not going to give you a super hot shower if that's what you're looking for. You can use the shared showers, which are shared between the eco cottages and the platform tents, and those will have hot water. But if you're okay with that kind of cooler shower, you do have your private bath with that ambient temperature water. Everything in these eco cottages runs on solar powered electricity. So just keep that in mind. There is no AC. So if you're someone who tends to, get really warm and you want to be cool at night, just know that you might want to pick the nature suite rather than the eco cottage. But these options are great for people who are on maybe more of a budget. If you're sharing with someone, it's $18.25 per person for the week. If you would like your own, it's $2,100 for a private eco cottage. Okay, well, I've been the one talking to you this whole time. My name is Carrie, and I just want to tell you a little bit more about myself since I will be your guide. I will be the retreat leader on this retreat. My first bullet point here, and the thing I like to go over because this is what really changed my life, is I am a heart disease survivor. I suffered a heart attack when I was 31 years old. And at the time, I was working in a really high stress corporate job, working in human resources. And that near death experience woke me up to the fact that, hey, I'm not sure this is really what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. And realized that I was really disconnected from myself. And so I wanted to go on this journey to figure out what I could do to have better holistic well-being myself, and also what I could do to help other people, because it's really my mission in life to help other people connect to their inner light and really light up and thrive. And so that's what inspired me to start Firefly Community. And that long journey that I mentioned from when I survived my heart attack at 31 years old to today, which that was almost 12 years ago now, which always is surprising to me. It's been that long. But part of that journey was to go through a training program to become a holistic health practitioner. So I was trained in over 100 different dietary theories. I was trained in different methods of lifestyle coaching and health coaching. And so that's, I guess, what qualifies me to provide you with that optional add-on there of the coaching sessions. And I also, of course, am a yoga teacher. So I discovered yoga about a year after my heart attack and loved it so much. It was where everything came together for me of, that connection of mind, body, and spirit. And I dove headfirst into yoga, went through yoga teacher training. I have over 500 hours of training in yoga and advanced yoga. Including 300 hours down at Nosari Yoga Institute, which was right down the road from Blue Spirit. And so, and as I mentioned, I'm trained in multiple styles of yoga, so I can guide you through a more vinyasa power practice, and also yin and restorative yoga as well. I also teach stand-up paddleboard yoga. So if you want to do one of those stand-up paddleboard outings, I can throw some yoga in there too if we get an opportunity to do that together. Um, I'm a lifelong learner. I love to always be learning new things, and I'm also an avid traveler. So I love to go to new places, experience different cultures. And so this year will actually be my 10th visit to Costa Rica, which includes both traveling for vacation, traveling to attend retreats, traveling for my training in Costa Rica, my yoga training, but also going back to Blue Spirit. So this will be my 5th retreat at Blue Spirit. So I know the country very well. I know Nosara very well, and Blue Spirit itself. So I feel really confident and happy to guide you there. It's Costa Rica itself is a really wonderful country. I love their Pura Vida lifestyle and attitude, and some of the people that you'll meet in Costa Rica are some of the friendliest, great people that you'll ever meet. So especially the staff at Blue Spirit, they're amazing. There's a reason I keep going back, and the staff is a really large part of it. The people there are incredible. So the ticas and ticos in Costa Rica, if you haven't been to Costa Rica, you'll quickly see that the lifestyle and the people there are a lot of what make it so magical. Okay, so I just wanted to share a couple of things of what other participants have said at the end of a Bliss, Balance, and Beach retreat on these last 4 retreats that I've led at Blue Spirit. And so I won't read these word for word, but I just wanted to kind of point out some of the things in bold here where people have said that their yoga practice deepened, that they really opened up their mind. It nurtured their body, mind, and soul. You can see in this first one, of course, people are dreaming about the food. The food is a really big draw at Blue Spirit. And also, that going on a retreat doesn't necessarily mean escaping or running away from your life. It's about kind of removing yourself temporarily so that you can nurture your body and mind, and then take that back with you and bring back those healthy habits so that you can incorporate them into your day-to-day life. So it's really and that's what I think makes a retreat with Firefly unique, is that you do get that extra support. You get those extra tools and resources. You get those extra things that you can incorporate when you go home. So it's not just about the week that you're on vacation or on retreat. It's about how that impacts the rest of your life, how that impacts your day-to-day life. And then just one more here. I always hear from people, that it's a life-changing experience. They leave feeling rejuvenated and healthy. They feel nourished. It's an opportunity for people to hit that reset button, to unplug, to slow down, so that they can really start to notice all the beauty around them, and have that more holistic well-being. So just wanted to share some of those thoughts with you. So now what next? So what do you do now? If you're super psyched to join us for the 5th Bliss, Balance, and Beach retreat, which I hope you are after all that information, you can go to either Firefly Yoga Retreats or fireflycommunity.com. They'll both take you to the same place. The main menu, you'll see events, retreats. There's a drop down for all of our retreats. This one is the Bliss, Balance, and Beach Yoga Retreat. So you click on that, it will take you to the page that gives you all of these details about the retreat. If you're ready to register and secure your spot, you can hit the registration button. That takes you to the registration form. Fill that out. When you fill that out, it will then take you to make your $500 deposit. That $500 deposit is through PayPal. You're not charged any processing fees for your deposit, only for the remaining payment if you want to do that through PayPal. Otherwise, you can certainly do that final payment through Venmo or through a payment plan. And the final payment is due by September 30th for our trip, which starts on November 6th. And if you do have any other burning questions, anything else that you want to know, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to even jump on a call with you and just answer any questions that you have. So my email is Carrie, which is Carrie at fireflycommunity.com, or give me a call or shoot me a text at 720-744-0603, and I will get back in touch with you and answer any questions that you have. We do only have 4 rooms left for this retreat, and I will just let you know that our other 2 retreats this year in Colorado and Portugal both sold out. So I do recommend that you get this booked sooner rather than later if you really want to join us, to make sure that you get your spot. Wouldn't want to see you miss out on this great retreat opportunity. So that brings us to the end of our slides. I thank you so much for joining me and for listening to me prattle on about how much I love Costa Rica. I hope I've inspired you to join us for the Bliss, Balance, and Beach Retreat this November. I really hope to see you there. Again, let me know if you have any questions or get registered online. Thanks again. Have a wonderful rest of your day.